Good morning and happy Wednesday. Welcome to another random car conversation. And today's topic is simply this: there is purpose in your pain. There's purpose in your pain. So, pain is the symptom that's telling you that attention is needed. Okay? You have pain in your knee, just like I had pain in my knees, and it would come and go, and finally it came and it stayed and it stayed and it stayed. That pain was saying, Michelle, I need you to go and see about me. Turns out when I went to go see my orthopedic doctor, I have arthritis in my knee, actually both knees. But that pain was telling me that I need to go and do something. When you have a toothache, that pain is saying you need to go see a dentist. When you are pregnant and you start having that deep pain and your water breaks, guess what? That's your body's way of saying, look, it's time. The baby says, I'm ready to come, whether you're ready for me or not. So just know that pain is not always a bad thing. Yes, it doesn't feel good. Or I should say, no, it doesn't feel good. But it's always trying to tell you that you need to do something. So, number one, you discover your strength. Number one, you discover your strength. Pain shows you how strong you really are. The only way to see what you're made of and how much you can. Let me backtrack, y'all, because sometimes my handwriting is the worst. So number one, we said pain allows you to discover your strength. And I said pain shows you just how strong you are. And the example I wrote down for myself was deadlifting. When you're deadlifting, it can be quite painful. It may not necessarily be painful at the time because your adrenaline is flowing, but I promise you later on that day or the next day, you're back. If you don't have great form or even good form for that matter, you're going to have a little soreness in your back. You may have some soreness in your shoulders. You're going to have some soreness in your legs. It's just like with squatting. Squatting, I love it. But the next day, now I don't have pain while I'm squatting because I wear knee sleeves. They keep my knees nice and warm. And depends on how heavy the weight is, I take and wrap my knees with my knee wraps. And I feel great while I'm working out, but you best believe the next day I'm going to have some pain in my knees. But it's okay because I was able to test my limits. I want to see how, just like once we get back into the gym, I need to test my limits to see where my strength still is with my squat, my bench, and my deadlift. So I'm going to have a little bit of pain, but it's okay because that pain is showing me what I'm truly made of. Number two, pain will test your endurance. It forces you to work harder and push yourself more. An example I gave myself is training for a marathon. So I'm not a marathon runner. I'm not a runner at all. But if I were a marathon runner, in order to train for it, it's really going to test my endurance. Okay. Now I have probably about enough endurance to run for about a minute. And then I need to catch my breath. But that's just because I'm not a runner. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in order for me to run a marathon, it's going to push me to limits that I've never, ever tested before. I'm not saying that I can't do it. I just choose not to because I'm not a runner. But the pain of training for a marathon will test your endurance. Because if you can't last, there's no way you're going to be able to run a full marathon or even a half marathon. Number three, pain matures you. It forces you to grow up and do grown-up things, and it makes you grow up, and you have to make grown-up decisions. So pain, like I said, it matures you. When you have the pain of not having enough money to take care of your bills, you now have to grow up and do some grown-up things, like take your behind to work and make grown-up decisions to say, okay, I'm going to have to forego this because I need to take care of that. Or maybe I won't be able to eat out this week because I need to take care of this bill. You understand what I'm saying? But pain will mature you in more ways than one. Been down that road so many times. Number four, pain is the price for a greater reward. The pain of trying to be the example I gave was the pain of trying to be a power lifter pays off on the day of the meet. So you have to go through so much pain. I can remember, training with my coach and just hurting so bad. I ain't gonna lie, a couple times I said, Lord, just take me, because it just hurts. Every part of my body hurt. It hurt to think, it hurt to blink, everything just hurt. But the pain that I had to endure to train showed up at the meet, because I was able to go and do what I had trained to do and then some. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And it's just the same with bodybuilding. I'm pretty sure, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I'm pretty sure there's some pain in that, because you've got to train hard with weights to develop those muscles. You've got to be very specific about what you eat, because you're trying to get that lean cut on. Oh, but when on the day of the show, when you show up and you show out and you get oiled up and you flexing those muscles, all that pain that you had to go through, it was well worth it on the day of the show or the day of the meet or the day of whatever it is that you're doing. So you're going to have to go through some pain sometimes to get to that end result. Let me do a quick recap and I'm going to let you be. So today I talked about how there's purpose in your pain. And like I said, I think I broke that down pretty well at the beginning. There's always purpose in your pain. Never think that pain is just meant to just frustrate you, because it's not. There's a purpose for it. So number one, I said you discover your strength. And number two, we said pain will test your endurance, because it's going to force you to work a little bit harder to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve. Number three, pain matures you. It forces us to grow up and do grown-up things and make grown-up decisions real quick, okay? And number four, I said pain is the price for a greater reward. If you are, like I said, if you are trying to get stronger, or you want a slim cut physique body, you're going to have to put in the work, and it's going to require you to get in that gym and lift weights that you never, like even now when I think back to the weights that I've touched in the last 7 years of being a power lifter, I never could have imagined myself touching those weights, but I had to do that in order that I can show up on the day of the meet and show out as my coach had taught me to do. You understand what I'm saying? And so sometimes we don't, we don't understand why we have to deal with this pain. Like, because how many times have we all sat and said, Lord, why do I have to deal with this pain? It's so unfair. Well, guess what? Other people are dealing with pain too. You just can't see it, and they don't share it with you. But I promise you, they're dealing with some kind of pain. Okay? When I get the pain of a headache or migraine, that pain is telling me, Michelle, I need you to stop doing this, or I need you just to relax, because you've been too focused on whatever it is that you're doing. So now you're giving yourself a headache. So it's time for you to just take some Advil, some Aleve, Tylenol, whatever you like to take, and put that thing away for a while and go do something different. Okay? Can't stress that enough. I need you guys to really, really understand that there is purpose in your pain. There's always going to be purpose in your pain. Okay? Sometimes, let me leave you with this. Sometimes we go through pain because God wants to pull us closer to Him. And that's the only way He could get your attention, is by allowing some pain in your life. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret, whether you believe in God or not, go through some pain, and I promise you, you're going to say, Lord, help me. Lord, fix it. Lord, take it away. Okay, so you will come to Jesus real quick. And so a lot of times when we're going through pain and dealing with issues, it's God's way of saying, I need your attention. And that's when I say, okay, Lord, you have my attention. What is it that you want from me? What is it that you need me to know, or you need me to do? So that's all I want to leave you with. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to my new subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back, and you know the drill. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. Because I'm going to love you anyway. I'm going to love you when you're going up. I'm going to love you when you're coming down. I'm going to love you when you're going in. And I'm going to love you when you're coming out. But most importantly, I'm going to always love you even when nobody else likes you. You can count on that. That is real. And we will talk again in the next car conversation. Until then, take care.